I got this for like $20 on Amazon. Maybe not even that.
I got this from free. From
free. Is that
I,
free.com?
I got this for free because I do demos for a few people, and they be like, here's a microphone. So it's a $700 microphone for free.
Well, I don't do demos for anyone, but I used to have a actual microphone when Ethan left it at my house for like 3 years. But one day he asked for it back. I think it was like Blue Moon, something like that. I don't know.
You mean like just like a blue microphone?
I guess.
Can you give me one of those 700 headphones?
Maybe you should make demos.
A microphone?
David.
No, maybe if you wrote music for people, you could.
I do write music, maybe not for
You
people.
don't.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
you're
that
right.
was
No,
part of-
but not
was
now.
part
You
of
not,
it.
not you brought
I'm
up
an
that you write
artist.
music. I'm dying to hear it right now.
You want me to freestyle?
No.
No,
but
no,
also,
give us-
but
give us-
also yes.
Recite something that you wrote that said no, but yes.
I
Look
would.
at him looking for his notepad. I said,
But what happened was,
Don't work that way, brother.
I went to work today on the Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, payday.
Ooh.
He got to go home, but he already there, so.
But so he got to go home, but he got to get the hell out of this chat.
Put reactions in the chat. They love me.
Put the reactions in the chat. See, I've got like 342 somethings. There.
Something's what?
Yeah, I have no clue what you're referring to,
Yeah,
quite
It's,
frankly.
it's just like all different ones that I wrote.
Oh,
Something's.
I have hold on. I have 195 different notes, but 57 were recently deleted.
That's a lot of those. How many?
You heard me the first. No, I'm kidding. 195. I don't know what most of them say, but I'm sure they were important at some point in time.
Aren't they your notes? What do you mean you don't know what they say?
Some of them are like 4 years old at this point.
Oh, I'm sure I can link a beat right through this chat.
Yeah. You definitely got a beat for us.
The earliest note is 2016. So
I had 2015 to mine.
David, no one's talking about you.
Oh,
I
sorry.
used to write poems way back in the day.
Yeah, so Rob,
Recite something.
recite one of those to a rhythm right now.
I would have to find them.
Would you be my girl?
Robert failed us.
So we take a month and a half hiatus from the show, and we come back doing this.
I don't think you need to say that. No one knows how long we've been gone.
I don't think you guys had to take a hiatus. I was the only one unavailable.
It's not
Well,
the same
Isaac,
before.
I find that
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
are-
Frida was on her soul trip.
what's the I went to Florida. Yeah, I didn't.
said,
Oh,
where?
speaking of my trip to
I see
Florida,
Shrida standing on the front of the boat doing all kind of crazy white people shit.
No, but
Let me
speaking
find out.
of my trip to Florida, I went to visit a friend who I never got to see because she actually got COVID.
So you left someone with COVID to go visit someone with COVID.
Yes, but I didn't see.
How do you
that,
think
so-
they would have got COVID if you're the only common factor?
Oh no,
there?
I didn't actually get to see her. Like she was like, I'm not feeling well on like a Friday. I'm like, okay, well, like I'll just still doing my own thing anyways. Tell me how you feel Saturday. Saturday she goes, I can see you. I can see you. I'm like, no, you should get tested first. Sunday she goes, I tested positive, and I'm like, well, glad I never
alright.
saw you.
So you'd have had to quarantine down there. Now just quarantine together.
First of all, I was one of only 4 people in probably the entire state of Florida wearing a mask. Me and my COVID behind on that plane, like I gotta go home.
Let me tell you, we've been to Florida 3 times during this pandemic. We ain't got COVID.
That's really weird for you to say because you have to pass through Georgia to get to Florida, and you've never told me.
He said 3 times. I was like, I didn't even look.
Dave, all right, man.
Oh, hold on.
Well, the route that we took did not go through Georgia.
I'm just saying, I have a car. Like I could have met you somewhere.
So
What route
I
did you
love your
take?
family.
they were like big trips. So like the one time there were like 12 or 14 people that went.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone to that one anyway, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, that was when we did everything. Like, we did SeaWorld, Busch
Dolphin World.
Gardens, Disney,
I
the
never went
beach and
because my
stuff.
family don't like
Gatorland. Got a picture of us holding an alligator somewhere.
And you talking
Then
about
we went
Shrina
to-
doing white people stuff.
Oh man,
speaking
let
of
me tell you, these kids were freak. Like, we went on a little out in the swamp, and one of those little what's it called, like an airboat or something like that. Rob, why is your whole thing? Rob,
shaking.
stop being off right now. You're bumping off his whole table.
You got a what kind of you got a 4-point earthquake going on over there?
Yeah, but we were out on on the airboat and stuff on the swamp, and like there were like crocodiles and gators out, and it's crazy. I mean, there are white people there, Rob. So, and a lot of mixed people. Actually, I was one of the only full-blooded people there.
When I went to Florida, I asked him if he wanted a souvenir, and he's like, "Yeah." And he usually collects these little tiny mugs. But I go, "Do you want a tiny mug?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "Okay, great. I'll find
Did you
something.
know?
I'll find something, right?" I bring him back a real life alligator head that's been preserved, and he's unwrapped it once and wrapped it back up and never did anything. I'm like, "Hey."
Look, I seen it in the gift shop too. You just look at it, you go, nah.
He opened it once and said, wrapped it back up. I'm like, "Open that gift back up." Like,
But you got his reaction, didn't you?
it honestly, it was mostly for the shock value. Okay, I was like, $20 for shock value. I'll deal with that. Okay.
I'm still surprised they let black people into Disney World. There've been a few fights over the last couple years.
And you think they're gonna ban the entire race?
I mean, well, Walt Disney was racist, but Rob, I think the revenue means more to them than the skin color these days.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Except apparently at Sesame Place.
Robert,
Yeah, that was crazy.
please name a few establishments that you feel black people should be banned from.
Well, okay. So hold on, no. I'm gonna answer this. I'm actually gonna answer
No,
this.
don't.
No.
Please do.
Do you remember Chris?
Cracker Barrel.
I don't know if y'all heard Chris Rock's bit back in the day, black people versus N-word.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it in the office when Michael Scott was on. He said, "Every time you fight a black person, every time." Go ahead.
But yeah, it's pretty much a distinguishing between regular, everyday black people just working hard and the idiots who mess everything up.
Those idiots are my people.
I stand with them.
No, so apparently,
Wait, we didn't get Rob's top 5 list of black people shouldn't be in.
So no, every day the thing is,
I'm dying.
no. Here's the thing.
We have the premise. We want to know your list.
No, I'm gonna get to it. Cause you can tell the difference between a regular black person and a hoodlum.
So last episode, y'all.
We got 4 people that watch this.
The places where hoodlums should not be allowed.
But Robert, do you not believe that people who are of hoodlums, as you say, who don't have the ability to travel outside their neighborhood and don't have the means to
No, I don't define
do
it as
better.
that.
Do you not believe that they deserve a chance to belong to the normal society that you say, because where they come from and the stigma around them, that is a normal society to them?
Oh no, I'm not defining it based on where they live. I'm defining it based on how they act.
But their actions are based on where they live, because it's all that they see. It's all that they know. They're just mimicking. They're mimicking what other people have done.
Oh no, we grew up in those situations. We turned down.
Look at me. I'm from the gutter.
Started from the bottom.
But Robert, you have to be fair. We did have family that weren't hoodlums, though. Like we did get.
I don't know, man. They treated me like a piece of shit.
I'm not saying we don't have ghetto family. Okay, I'm saying it's not all
Lisa
hoodlums.
lives around the corner.
I'm not saying some of them don't have.
I'm saying like 75%.
Only 75.
Yeah,
That's higher than a lot of other people in the hood, though. I've known whole families that like their grandma live in the hood, their parent live in the hood, they live in the hood, their kids
kids
being
live
raised
in
in the
the
hood.
hood.
I think that's also
Generational
because
cycle.
some people are like they're stuck in this cycle where they believe that's normalized. They believe that being on Section 8 and stuff is just a means to survive. While some people just never take the step to get out of that situation. Like Nikki, she's never been on Section 8 and stuff, but she keeps living like she's poor. I don't understand it. We're not poor. Like she'll sit there and like ask her mom to go to like the food bank and stuff. Like you guys aren't going to touch any of that stuff. Like you're just going because it's like stuck in your head from childhood. You don't need it.
Fair.
Mentality.
Such a nigger.
You know what that reminds me of?
It reminds me of getting back to your top 5 list of
Well, no,
things that people, sorry, hoodlums shouldn't be in.
And what is a hoodlum exactly by your definition?
So Robert, is a hoodlum based off of looks? Is it based off of certain characteristics, their actions?
Location.
It's pretty much how they behave and everything that comes with their behavior.
So you agree that hoodlums span the color diaspora?
Yes.
But do you not believe that their behaviors are just a learned action based on their environment that they're not able to leave at this point?
It's one thing if you're a child, but once you're grown,
Robert, but
you're accountable.
Robert, if you've grown up in that environment, that means you've been a child and you've grown up, and this environment is mostly all that you've seen.
Yeah.
People
Rob,
grown up,
am I a
grown
hoodlum?
up made out of it.
Am I a hoodlum?
She said yes.
You're special.
Oh man.
I think
That
you'd rather
might be
be called a
worse.
hoodlum.
I like the other one.
You're special.
Wow.
But
So what's
Sorry,
your top
Dave.
list?
Well, let me tell you, Dave. Special is better than how CYF described me multiple times on paperwork.
I mean, I didn't disagree with anything they said.
Yeah, they were spot on a lot of things, but I was like, dang, how many times you gonna say it?
I was like, they knew early.
That was early on it. He was 4.
They had a whole diagnosis.
That first family said he gotta go. He gotta go. Like, no more.
He's the worst.
maybe we should describe to the audience the paperwork or
I
not.
don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
we like describe what it was or what it entailed.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Robert,
think-
name your list.
Yeah.
Okay, so places where hoodlums should not be allowed.
Number 1.
See,
Maybe-
how
let's
should
start
I-
from the bottom.
He's about to go-
Yeah.
no, he's about to start big. He's about to give us number 2 off the bat. Family Feud style.
Start with 5. Work your way up.
Let's see. Okay, got
Down,
it.
I guess, in your case.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like amusement parks, airports,
In general
events,
public.
the malls,
Schools.
Public parks.
Outside.
schools.
You went to Oliver High School. You couldn't learn anything there.
So what you said is hoodlums don't go to
So
school.
they can be hoodlums.
Christian.
They don't deserve to be in school where they're able to get a chance to better themselves and make it out of the
No,
hood.
here's the thing.
You a hoodlum with education.
No, here's the thing.
You are the White Panther right
No,
now.
here's the thing. If you're willing to work and bust your tail off, fine. If you're just gonna go in there, run the halls, disrupt classes so that
Some
nobody else
kids
can learn
need
anything.
free meals.
So Rob,
They gotta eat too.
believe that Black people would have to go to school and work hard and bust their tails off just to be given the same opportunities in your eyes as white people?
Opportunities aren't given. Opportunities
Answer
are
his
earned.
question. Answer his question.
I did. Opportunities aren't given. Opportunities are earned. I believe that as long as you're willing to, here's one thing I've always found ways throughout my life. The harder you work, the luckier you get. So that's one. And number 2, if you try to do good, somehow, some way, the world tends to help you out.
All right, but Rob, at what point, how much work would a person have to put in before they were just overwhelmed with the amount of work they were getting with the lack of results?
If you're working, not getting lack of results, then you're not working smart. But here's the thing, though. What's your definition of results? Because if you're busting your tail, you make it $45,000 a year.
That's not enough for anybody.
That's that's average.
And that's the problem. Srini, are you saying to give us a what? How much stuff do you have on your desk?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like, why do you have donuts on your desk?
This is product placement. How are we
McDonald's
gonna get
isn't wrong.
sponsors?
Oh, who's being paid?
You got to start somewhere.
Everybody else getting paid.
You know, you have to have a sponsorship. Did Dare Park thank you? Did Dare Park did not reach out to you and say, hey, your next 10 episodes, if you can have a bottle of our water on your desk, we'll give you guys each X amount of dollars. It's not at all.
Look at the comparison to us. We love Dare Park.
And Arm & Hammer deodorant.
Dare Park water is manufactured of artisanal springs.
I do my Dare Park water every day.
Never go home without the Dare Park.
What is this now? A game show? We're doing product.
I mean, I don't know
placement,
what it
so we're
is, Rob,
playing a
because
game.
you're outrageous. You said hoodlums don't belong in school. I would love to know what the other four are. I mean, I don't know if I want to know, but also, like, I want to know. But also, at the end, we probably should tell people goodbye because it's the last episode.
Like I feel like with the environment Rob grew up in, he's
Same one as us.
no. Let me finish this. He's grown to dislike those surroundings so much that even the people that encompass those surroundings, he's learned to dislike and inherently has become an Uncle Tom.
You haven't read the book if you're calling me that. Two, I believe
There's
anybody.
a book?
Is it a book called Uncle Tom? Or is that Tom Sawyer? Is he Uncle Tom?
Heavens the best.
And Isaac, you just made the hoodlums list.
It's like, and he just made
The Rob started wondering, like, did he go to school?
Hey, where'd he go to school? Oliver. He fixed the bill.
That's for them. That's for them. They didn't teach us anything there. Well, they taught us a couple things, but English.
I learned the importance of looking both ways in the hallway because you never know what's going to be going on.
Some people learn more things in real world experiences.
Yeah, hands on.
Opposed to school, because the schools aren't everything's not meant for tactile learners.
Nah. We are in need of school reform. That is for sure.
I mean,
And we're also in need of a break. And when I need a break, I drink Jim Beam burgers.
Okay, if you're going to do that, you should at least work out a Kit Kat.
Just gotta slide them in.
I'm trying to see what else is around.
Start looking around. Yeah, my camera is crispy. You know why? Mexico.
Mexico.
Clean up the camera.
It's the premier on the line right now. 5-star ratings on Amazon.
Look like this, just like me. Crisp, clear, and intact. Order now using code UnderWhat. That's UnderWhat. UnderWhat, and get your free 10% discount.
Say
Thanks
that
for
one more
sponsoring us,
time. I
Mexico.
couldn't hear you. I had my Samsung Galaxy Buds in with their premium AKG sound. I can choose whether I want to hear the sound around me or be immersed in my music.
I wish I was immersed in my own music right now.
Like,
You know what's happening? Your Apple Music subscription can help you immerse as much music as you would like to. Subscribe now using code UnderWhat 50 to get 50% discount on your Apple Music subscription now.
Off your first 3 months of your Apple Music plan.
Immerse all you want. Rob, what are you trying to sell today?
I ain't selling it. Hey, relax, man. About my life. What are y'all
Wow.
talking about?
Well, I heard him clear. You know why? Because of these headphones. Please get your headphones online now. Order now. Latest orders coming in now. Shipping out as early as tomorrow.
Can I sell my stake in this show?
I think you have to be making
Robert,
money.
we're trying to make it worth something first.
I don't
I mean,
think
you can sell yours now and you won't have any when the money starts rolling in. And don't try to come crawling back to us hoodlums, because it's not working.
Oh, 1/10 of 1 penny.
Why are you hating on us?
That's what you think we're worth.
I'm having fun. Chill out.
What? That's the chill out.
We're on a roll.
What's the chill out? You relax, Plant.
Speaking of, when it's time to chill out, I have a Media air conditioner, which can be controlled from my phone via Wi-Fi. It's so silent you can't even hear it, even with my microphone on the loudest setting.
Can people hear my air
that's
conditioning?
No, we can't hear it.
I always worry about that blazing whenever I have it on. So it's like, do I have it on? Do I just set it? I don't
Have you
know.
ever wanted to put yourself in a background where you're always in a campfire? Look at Robert's background. Do you like it? Do you love it? Look at that
Samsung.
scenery.
That's new Samsung OLED TV. It immerses you into.
Look at that.
Even at its minimal size.
All right, come on.
Come on! What is wrong with you? Don't you mess up.
Even at its minimal size, Jesus.
Her TV shaving.
You see,
Shame
my
on
camera,
you.
my camera strategically plays because if my camera moves just a little bit over, you're gonna see the TV, and this is like a wall TV.
Rob, how big is your TV?
55.
Oh, I mean, it looks definitely small, but I thought
It's,
it's nice.
it's just like it's
Right,
like
get
it's his head to scale, you know.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
head's just so big, like it's just taking up so much of that TV back there.
I think Thomas is leaning because his TV's so big.
It's a fact.
What-
You know
what
I
if-
love your head shape, Robert.
Well, if it's one of those Pittsburgh houses, then you never know what direction they may go.
Talk about the house.
So now the contractors in Pittsburgh aren't even up to scale for you.
Well, no, I'm saying Pittsburgh houses sometimes have like weird.
Would you stop talking about Pittsburgh like you've been here?
You
haven't
haven't
been
been, you haven't been there in a decade. Thank you. Same. See,
You can't relate. Stop looking at what's going on our news. This isn't your city.
Al Roker.
I'm saying some of the
What's going
house-
on in your neighborhood?
some of the house may have foundational issues. 'cause,
Relax,
you know,
Al.
80, 90, 120 years old.
How about
I
you
don't
worry
think
about?
we have
So
some-
what's else on your list, Robert?
What's on our list for today?
Huh?
Oh, all right. Huh?
I think that is going within an agenda, but then we'd never get there, and I'm okay with that.
No, we've never once gotten.
Not once.
I
Got it.
I was messaged about being here today, and there's no agenda.
We're just 2 minutes in. I think we had a good conversation. You know, not
I
that it's
don't
over.
think we had a full conversation.
Robin never finished a 5-part list.
I don't think he should continue that. If his first shot in the dark was education, I don't
I would hate to see Rose.
and that was number 5.
think it would really belong. The hospital when they're
Like-
born.
Number 1, like alive.
Get him out immediately.
No, although I thought we were going to talk about
Racism?
the viral video with the guy who brought McDonald's for his son.
But that's old news now.
In a way, it's a bit of a skit, but at the same time,
It is realistic since so many people out there are playing the role of stepdaddy.
Let me tell you, as a female, I'll speak from the female perspective. I ain't bring your kids no food. Those ain't my kids.
All right, but speak from the other side too.
What was the situation?
All right, so a guy went to
you
go
didn't watch
drop
the
his
YouTube
kid
video?
up. His, well,
You know, David's not allowed on the internet.
Yeah, he's gonna ask Brittany.
That's not the case. No, I just don't.
That is. So a guy went to drop food off to his child who was staying at his mother's house along with the other siblings that are not children of his. And the mother was upset because you can't just bring him food and not bring the rest of the kids food. The rest of these kids are hungry.
And
And the
he
guy
should have
said,
known
that's
better.
not my job. I'm feeding
Didn't
my kid.
And he should have known better because his kid was the youngest kid. So when he slept with her, she already had like 3 other kids, okay? So he was taking on that responsibility apparently by sleeping with someone who already had 3 kids.
But if you separate and it's not like a full term living thing, you're not around those kids all the time. How much of a responsibility is it?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think it would have been nice
Nice, yeah.
to bring
But
the other
it's not
kids
wrong.
here.
yes, but at the same time, the viewers, anyone watching it, didn't understand that guy's financial predicament. You can't go, hey, I'm going to go to McDonald's and I'm gonna have to feed 5 kids instead of
Right.
just my one kid. So this guy could have been on his last $20. I ain't gonna get all. I ain't gonna feed all these
I
kids,
mean, but
especially if all these
to
other
be
absolutely
kids
not.
are
fair,
older.
he could
Some of
have
these
got
older kids will need a whole combo.
he could
That's
have
10
maybe
bucks
got
alone.
like a crack
Really
pizza, but
is.
still, regardless of that, no matter how much money he had, it was never his obligation
I mean,
to
Mhm.
it's
feed
what
those kids.
I mean. It's one thing if there's like one other child in the house. I mean, I mean, I still would recommend doing it, but I can understand somebody if he did it with just one. It's just 2 kids in the house, whatever. But
Robert says FTK.
that many kids,
Yeah, he was like,
I mean, it
I
was
don't know.
5 or 6.
it was
It
too
doesn't.
many.
It was too many. It,
It was
it,
at
it was
least
too
3
many
or
too at the
4,
point where this
maybe
guy
4
probably shouldn't
other
have even
kids.
slept with her
Yeah,
unprotected.
it was that point where even was a kid,
Really?
he even in the video was like, actually, if it was one kid, maybe 2, but 3 kids.
Also, public service announcement. Don't
You have to put
sleep
it. Wait,
on
wait, wait. You have to put it down there at the bottom
Yeah,
because
put
we
it at the
don't know.
bottom, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
use the ticker. This was your idea.
public service
You don't. No, don't say
I
it
don't
out
know if you
loud.
didn't just put PSA. Come on,
Yeah, full.
hoodlum.
Oh,
Yeah, if you went to school, you didn't know that.
Oliver education. You didn't learn that, huh? You didn't learn shorthand.
unprotected.
Why are you reading it? We can read it whenever you
Yeah, you
hit
don't have to read it
enter.
to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
so
not.
like,
We're not hoodlums.
I took the kids and they're
Don't sleep unprotected with single parents.
But with
nah,
married people, you
sometimes
can.
I'm fire.
But with married people, you can though.
Yeah. What
You
if
can
she's
sleep with the
cheating?
married couple though.
Yeah.
We found Rob's guideline.
Woo!
Y'all
This
get
man's
my
on fire.
y'all get my point.
I don't. I just read your PSA, and I don't
Just,
approve
just
of it.
in.
Like,
Rob
it's
is not
okay,
okay
they're
Randy, if
with
you
married.
watch
sleeping
this, I
with
do
single
not approve of
women,
it.
but Rob is okay with cucking.
So if you're single, no. But if you married, Rob got you. Put it in the chat.
Or if she's just cheating, but she's married.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
Which is
Rob's
bad.
interested in you.
What about casual co-parenting? Are you still down with that, Robert? Like, if she only has custody, like most of the weekdays and every other weekend, does that still count as like a single parent?
Seems like she got the kid locked.
Okay, so let's define our terms clearly when it comes to quote single parents, because they
I
really
want to
don't.
define parents.
Rob, is your table in hydraulic still, or you just like keep bumping it?
Well, I do have this. Well, I do have this new standing desk, so it can go up and it can
Okay,
It,
I don't
looks
like
like
it.
it looks like just he went up and down.
Yeah, it was.
Rob said it can go up.
It can go as low to the ground.
So there are 3 categories of quote single parents.
And what's mind blowing to me is that literally this is the first time this has come up, and already you have just narrowed it down to only 3. This is amazing. Amazing. You're an expert in this.
His brain works quick, man.
Well, no, I've already had this idea though. So first, you have the widows. They got
That's
married.
an acceptable single parent.
They got married. They had kids within the marriage. Parent dies.
We know what the widow. Hey, I don't know what you get to explain
My
that.
father's a widow.
He is.
Why
Why are you laughing? What is funny, Dave? Your dad is a widow.
Why is he laughing?
I don't get it. Does he not know dad was married?
I don't know.
There were no kids in that marriage. So.
He still would. You don't have to have kids to be a widow.
No, but I'm talking about when it comes to single parents though. Like the kids came during the marriage and then the parent died. So marriage, then kids, then death. So like, okay, life happens unfortunately. Then you got your divorced parents. They got married.
Robert,
They had kids.
but before you even go, if those are your two, I don't even care what your third one is because so many people are single parents that haven't. There are so many other stipulations and circumstances that happen without even being without having marriage. So if your first two revolve around marriage,
You adopt your kid by yourself.
single parent.
Why you adopted
Is
a
that
kid
what
by
it is?
yourself?
Because you allowed.
Did you say why?
Yes.
Because your kid needs help and you have love in your heart.
Okay, it's one thing like if it's like within the family situation, like
Thank God I sent Adrian home today.
but like no, it's one thing like if it's within a family type situation, like
not approving of
okay,
that.
my cousin had a kid, something happened, and I need to bring this kid in. And it's within the family,
That's what Uncle Dave and them did. They took us,
I'm sorry.
and then they
Hold
kicked
on.
me out as soon
Hold
as
on.
they went to school.
Are you saying that it's not okay for you to adopt a kid that's not related to you?
If you're single.
I'm saying that if you want to give the child the best chance at life.
Okay, but I'm not saying that you're not right, that it's not the best, but are you saying that's not more optimal than just being in foster care?
I'm talking about
Answer the question.
Hold on. Let me get to it. Foster care is a temporary situation. All right.
It's supposed to be, but it's not always.
Supposed to be. Then that's its own conversation. About kids being in foster care for who knows how long. That's a whole nother
life.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's a whole nother discussion. That's
And Adrian's 4. He's at 4 years in.
That's it. Within the family, whatever. That's family. I mean, outside of that, if you're trying to have a kid adopted out,
so you don't think it should be legally okay for single people to adopt kids?
I'm not putting it on a legal basis. I'm not recommending make a law, but it's probably better off for children whenever possible to be with a married couple.
I'm tired of this.
Do you know our life?
All right,
Huh?
So
I know.
So, but you would say that you made it well off, right? Personally, you would say that you've achieved a lot of your goals. You've
exceeded hoodlum status,
and you've succeeded without a married couple there.
and
Dave
barely
did,
one parent.
Sarita did, I did, and so if that's 4 people who were all in the same exact situation, we can't all be an anomaly, Rob.
And quite frankly, I had a toddler raise me for the first year and a half. Okay, so
and you're welcome.
That is the not all argument. I'm not interested in the not all argument. I'm looking at statistics and data.
What data do you have though?
Just because you defied the odds doesn't mean the rule isn't true.
What were you talking about?
So we're the exception to the rule? Wait, but it's your rule.
Oh no, it's proven by data. Children raised by single parents generally don't end well. You want the best chance for your child to have best chance for child.
All right, but Rob, understand. So there could be a kid who's adopted by a single parent who loves them, who's going to raise them up the best they can, or that same child can sit there and be in a shelter where they're not cared for, they're not looked after the way that they should be.
Bad environment, learning different things they shouldn't be learning.
No, I don't recommend that that bad environment. Obviously, I'm not
Honestly, I'm surprised David is this quiet being his job title.
It's not my job title, just to be clear.
There's a reason why orphanages don't exist.
So you don't care about the kids, Dave. You have nothing to say.
Right?
No, I love the kid. I'm talking to the kid today. I was having a good old conversation with him.
No,
but I wholeheartedly disagree with Robert. I don't know what that even means. In my mind, Robert would rather have a kid be homeless on the street or in a shelter opposed to being in a single parent home with someone who's willing to take care and love this kid.
Let me tell you, I knew both my parents, and I wish I only knew one.
I never
leave
said
your
that.
mom alone.
You bully.
If the option is
You've seen her past.
Let me tell you, she called me a few days ago. She called me the day after we got all that documentation. Like, yeah, I was talking to your dad, blah, blah, blah. You're about to finish this degree, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, can I have $40?
She always calls with care and concern, but then it always turns to money.
She said, can I ask you a question? I said, you can. like you can ask me.
Was it a phone call too or a text message?
A phone call.
Even more awkward.
And I only answered, we just got a documentation. I said, dang, she grew up rough. Maybe I should. Can I have some money? Like, oh.
Why did I answer?
But see, like
Don't
reading
care.
reading all that documentation, like it shows that she had issues with like females in her life, which has somehow inherently been passed along to you, and you're now showing her the same disdain that she's been showing her entire life.
And to be fair, right, mine's a complete reaction to her. I'm like, look, if you were decent, we'd be fine, okay? I don't care about her past, really. Like, I can get over that. The fact is that
the past made her who she was.
But the fact is that
you're an adult.
The fact that she continuously makes the choice
but she's never truly been an adult.
And that's not my problem.
Like where she's at right now is like the most stable that she's been. But even so, it's. Don't
get me wrong. I feel for her, right? But when you wake up every day and basically choose violence, though, right, and choose to have a chaotic life, it goes, well, this is now an everyday choice you're making. And as a person, I get to choose if I want toxic people in my life or not.
In other words, I ain't going to jail for you.
First of all, she knows not call me.
But
until she want money, apparently, once every 2 years.
But you have to understand that her behavior was a learned behavior that she's experienced. So why am I being a therapeutic one here?
I mean, we've learned things growing up, but that doesn't mean we indulged in them or did it. Like Rita said, you have a choice to, in my mind, do better.
Once you're 18, you're an adult. You make your own choices.
That was close to 15 for me once they dipped on me.
Like,
shout out to y'all family.
I know she didn't have a lot of guidance in love or relationships in her life, but
I don't think I did either.
But,
be honest.
But it's like, okay, but why does that have to affect how you treat me?
Be honest.
I ain't nothing to you, okay? Like, why you got beef with Kid Me? What I do?
Maybe you look like someone in the family we don't know about, and that's why her,
probably one of her light-skinned sisters who dad only saw once when they were at her mom's funeral.
You think your black ass look light skinned?
No, I mean my features. I mean my, it's also
y'all read the paperwork. Somehow, all three of you who don't look the same, all look like that.
When I was a kid,
we look the same.
When I was a kid, mom used to always be like, David's my twin. David's my twin. But she never said that about me. So I figured we don't look alike, for years. But then everyone's like, you and David look exactly alike. I'm like, but mom never called me her twin. Like,
why was I never her twin? I'm a girl.
If anything, I would be the
twin. I'm like, mathematically speaking, that don't make no sense.
Speaking of mathematics, with Robert's degree and specialty in
something,
and I'm just gonna call it numerology in general. Robert, at what point do you think you will be able to put together an algorithm to where you could limit the amount of guesses of numbers to win the Mega Millions or the Powerball, Rob?
Nah.
I know there's like different factors you can put in there, but you got to do something. It was 1.2 billion.
Good luck with that.
And just to be clear, if I win that money, I already have some goals. A lot of them include you guys, okay? So if I win that money, you guys will be well taken care of.
I also thought about all of you guys too.
I did as well if I'd had known if it was that much.
That'd be 25, 300 after taxes. That was all they got, was like 460 after taxes.
Saw that.
The government robbed
like millions like that, 460 million.
Yeah.
But government said, thanks. So we're gonna reinvest this back into the lottery or something.
I think if they would have took like the annuity payments, they would have the payments would have started off at around like 9 million a year, like 9.5 million every year. And then it incrementally goes up for 30 years.
But
The
it,
thing-
yeah, I think the mathematicians say that like that, but the amount of money you can make from just investing in that same time is far more than
That's
what
correct.
you're gonna get over the 30-year period.
That's correct. That is
So
correct.
it's- so it's better
Yeah,
Granted, now if
but
you're
you
a
have to,
crap investor, then you're done.
you have to think, if you get that much money as a lump sum, you're gonna get into these spending habits, thinking that you need, and even though it's a lot of money, you could inherently blow through it.
People do it all the time.
That reminds me of a blog post that it was pretty much talking about this very issue with the lottery. Well, it's not just the lottery though. Happens with professional athletes, entertainers, musicians. When people don't have good money habits when they're poor, or either they were never taught or they're taught bad ones, and then they come into a lot of money. That doesn't make them more responsible with money. They're more likely to blow it. The number of lottery winners who end up broke after
Bankrupt.
3 years is
Yep.
ridiculous. The number of athletes who end up having time of bankruptcy 2 to 3 years after they finish playing is ridiculous.
That's mind
I,
blowing.
I don't know if y'all remember ESPN had 30 for 30 broke. It's pretty much chronicle athletes who went broke.
I don't know, man. I feel like if I was being paid multiple millions of dollars to play football every year,
Man,
16 games.
Well, here's
Yeah,
the thing though.
how are not saved up or like managed properly? Like even if you
Well, here's the thing though.
You can afford to hire someone.
We got to remember, these kids are coming into the NFL at 21, 22, 23 years old. And if most of them come from backgrounds even remotely close to ours, they grew up broke. They ain't never have any money in their life. Then they
guess
get
what?
to
I
go-
grew
But-
up broke and I'm
Money.
still broke and I live broke.
But that's why you have that plain white wall behind you. But see, I also think the
is a green
educational
screen.
system should invest more time in
Financial management.
the financial management, any
Financial
type of
literacy,
issues
yeah.
dealing with taxes and stuff. A lot of the
Real-
math
real-
that we
real life
learn isn't.
stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the math and everything else that we learn in school, it doesn't equate to real life. You don't use
Trash
it.
and
It
irrelevant.
doesn't set a benchmark for anything that you're going to be doing later on in life.
This is why I am so grateful, even though I complained to Dad about it. This is why I'm so grateful I actually did ROTC in high school because they taught us this stuff.
I thought it's because you always thought you were in charge and you finally got a chance to be disciplined without speaking out.
Yeah, I
Without
thought it
being
was. I
parent-
thought it was to help you to be more organized and stable in your life.
and
you was
less
crazy.
parent-fied.
Yeah,
No, but why not?
yeah. We read those papers about how you was as a kid, telling adults that they were wrong. Who do you think you are?
I remember my entire life.
Yeah, turns out I was right.
That's what someone who was parental would say. I was.
Was I wrong?
I don't know what exactly you're talking about, but I'm not in agreement of you because
If you
of your
think-
list that you refused to finish. Something
What David said.
said earlier today. I'm not agreeing with anything you have to say. Who you point to?
I don't
Apparently,
know.
you.
I tried you,
You have
but
to
it
shut the fist
didn't work.
bump you.
It didn't work well.
Oh, wrong way.
No, you look.
Is everyone in the same thing? On the
It's like a
same-
hoodlum.
I'm so happy that worked
Wonder
out.
Twin
for you
powers
guys.
activate. Shake a bucket of water. What is this? This is the show.
Yeah. Yeah, it
What is
is.
the
Is
show
it?
about? Nothing.
Nothing. It's
I
about
sent you
nothing.
guys a text earlier that no one seemed to respond to. That was
Uh,
weird.
My phone wouldn't send the message for some reason. I was at the trampoline park
Yeah, that was really weird, you know?
because I was like, "Who talked to her?" And it didn't
Yeah.
send.
Right. Why'd you think
Yeah.
we were inviting
Well, because she talked to me like 2-ish.
Can you believe that you said Wonder Twin and that's what reminded her of Renee?
That's not
See,
what
you
I
got
thought.
a twin. That's why Mom didn't call you twin. She knew you had a twin.
Say, you're done. But she
Did you
talked
talk-
to me. We talked a couple weeks ago. She was like, "Yeah, send me the link next time." But I don't want to be like send you the link and everyone didn't approve first. Like I want everyone to be nice and
Yeah, you
okay
can't
with
send the
that.
message like
I thought we already approved it.
Yeah. See, my only thing was
When's the last time we talked?
today.
Yeah,
I thought we approved it like back when the topic was first brought up.
Like,
When was that?
Months ago.
I guess
Exactly.
I mean, but no one was opposed to it.
I think like the only issue would be with that is we don't truly know her sense of humor.
Just to be clear, we're still recording.
What's she gonna do? Watch this?
Do you notice people that do not care what they say?
She commented once on the phone 2 weeks ago, and I was like, dang, she watched that.
Yeah, but that's cool. But how did she watch it besides me sharing?
Well,
Yeah.
we broke the fourth wall. We broke the fourth wall so many times on this show that it doesn't matter.
Did we have a wall?
No,
I have a white one. You see it?
Unfortunately.
your
And
green
where's your
one was
kids at?
better.
And why ain't they around making noise?
Oh,
I'm down in the basement.
Whoa! You can't put kids in the basement these days.
I said I am.
Oh, I thought you said they're down in the basement. I was like, come on.
Hold up. He works for the people.
I would say that's what they call social workers, but
It's him. They call him. He's like, yeah, I'm here. I see the situation.
Don't you dare minimize his title to social worker.
Yeah, you're
I
not.
do so much more.
David.
He's so much more.
that's
Yeah,
true.
you are over other agencies that do social work.
I'm a lifesaver.
Dave, that's all I got. I try my best. Okay.
Am I not?
David's also a minister.
Name someone's life that you say that I know.
All this means is David is a mandated reporter.
You save your own life. Okay, that's great.
I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you for that.
What
And if that's
proud?
all you can save, it's okay, David.
It's all right. It's acceptable. You are heard and understood.
Why y'all social working me? Yeah, y'all not the ones with masters.
I don't have masters. You know why?
I have a master's
What is yours in numbers?
No, it's a white man.
data analytics.
You didn't know
I
what
don't
his
think you
degree
can
was
master for
in?
that. I do that part of my job
He
now.
went to Washington University.
I know he went to American
for his
University.
master's.
Didn't you go to CMU for mathematics?
Yes.
Mathematical engineering.
That was
That's what
that's
that
what I. No, it was just
Well, I thought it was
mathematics.
just mathematics.
Yeah, that's
Mathematical
exactly what it
engineering.
is.
No, just
No.
mathematics.
Just
Oh,
mathematics.
that's where engineering, mathematical
Yeah, he
engineering
made
was
it-
in there initially.
Which
It
was
just
always
switched.
Rod to me when I said Robert School of Mathematics. Like mathematics, what does that even mean? Like, what are you gonna do with mathematics?
But see, I feel like with that
Yeah,
knowledge of numbers,
with your
you
master's
should
in
be
what,
able to
data
develop
analysis?
Yeah.
for the people.
Oh, I do that now, and I don't have a master's, so you probably didn't need to get one either.
But I do more advanced stuff. I could do all sorts of crazy, weird
He
stuff.
needed one to be hired at
And-
Quantico
and-
with the
and-
people.
And not just using
Yeah.
Excel. Anybody can use Excel.
Don't minimize what my brother does, other brother.
I mean,
David
also,
David works
imagine-
hard, and he learned those Excel shortcuts to save his life.
And he uses Tableau.
That's true. He did manage to learn Tableau.
Don't say managed to
mean,
learn like he be struggling.
Yeah, like I wasn't
we
capable.
know he a bit special, but
Because I'm
do
a
it.
hoodlum, I wasn't able to learn stuff. How dare you?
David, he said you're not a hoodlum, you're just special, okay?
To
Just
me,
because David
that's
has
the
his own
same thing.
accommodations.
That's the
Nah.
same thing.
See, Dave, that's the part of what makes you special was that you think that those are both the same things. They're different, and you are heard and understood.
Sure, what? I sure don't feel like it.
Dave, we are all here to embrace you.
This is what
and
y'all are,
welcome
the
you.
worst kind of people.
Don't stop me, brother. It's okay.
I've done nothing but give you guys words of enlightenment and hope.
Oh, shut up! This is why you want to look. And the siblings of the 4 siblings, this is why your number 4 is the worst. Followed by
Number 4.
followed
No.
by-
I have people
Robert.
for a fact. No. Stop.
Serena and
I have
then me. I'm the nicest.
I have people that know all of us that for a fact would say
Who?
Sharita
Who knows
is
4 of
number
us?
4.
Who knows all
Serena-
4
Who
of
would
us?
say that to me?
Sharita says things that are
Who
far
knows?
worse than
No
that.
one
said.
said.
You read
Say it to my face. Say it to my face, people.
Sharita, I will have them comment when this goes up. Just
Time
so
out.
you know.
Time out. How many people know all 4 of us
That's what
outside
I'm
of
trying to
family?
say.
They're done.
22.
They're done.
She's threatening someone that she doesn't even.
Yeah, look at the camera.
I
Tell
dare
them
you
they're
to
done.
comment.
And you know, when it comes to acts of kindness, I'm pretty sure that the majority of people in my life would put me over you. Sure to take that face off. The majority of people in my life would say that I have done acts for them that their family, that their loved ones wouldn't have done for them. You know,
And I what right? I'm not saying you're not a kind person. I wouldn't put you number 4. I would put
Where would you, Shrita, where would you place me? I just since you just put me on a
okay.
pedestal real quick.
Robert's Robert's 4
confused how
because he's
high it
all
is.
Robert's all pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Number 4, you know, like he's not gonna help no one. Okay.
Grumpy old man.
Yeah. So Robert's definitely 4. I love you, but you know you 4.
I would put David at 4, but
You have no real reason.
Social
to
worker Dave. Social worker minister Dave.
I think that our standings would all change at different points of life when we review that.
No,
Because
not
we've
Robert.
all
No.
not Rob.
Robert is the same person he was as a kid.
Said not
Know
Robert.
it all.
Always number 4.
Know it all, rude.
might just snap and hurt me. Okay, quite frankly, like
no, you're the person I wouldn't hurt.
Robert, I was there. Look, okay. We'll talk about it some other time, okay? Thank you. Though.
So my
Everybody
spirit and vessel means nothing to you.
You're gonna hurt my brother who took care of me for the first year and a half of my life.
Even when she was older. That's the reason I know how to braid hair right now. It's because of my poor sister who had no one there to love her and take care of her, even though there were older brothers who were above the age of 12.
What about the part about you ignoring her?
What about the part of me sticking up for her in Northview with 500 people outside the house ready to fight because you guys allowed a boy to fight our sister?
I didn't hang around Northview much.
Oh, you were there.
Was I?
Yeah.
Anyways, also
they were outside of our house.
There were so
like it was January 6th.
Honestly,
they were out there.
You hit one boy who's been talking about you, and he feels need to get his whole family. Okay. You never talk about more.
Don't get other people involved in your business.
I'll go to jail over.
Anyways, yeah. So Rob's 4, and naturally, everyone else is evenly tied depending on the time and place.
I respect that.
Oh, you're gonna leave me at the bottom, okay.
Robert? You know.
It was so easy. I was like, "Leave me at the bottom."
Robert, your feelings are heard and understood, and in my heart, you hold a higher place than number 5.
Robert,
sarcasm.
I know I can count on you for certain things, and certain things it is out of the question. Okay.
Things you cannot count on for: money, support, advice, love,
affection. But Rob,
somewhere say if I come visit him, Thanksgiving food.
I get a place to sleep.
I get support, advice, and love, or in my own way.
In your own way, but it's not received
I need it in my way
by us. But
I don't care.
But see, Rob, let me tell you. Rob, while they hold you so low, let me tell you. I'll tell you this because no one else will. Growing up, you weren't that vocal with us. You didn't speak with us about anything much. And I really do appreciate that you were even willing to take these calls with us and speak with us. I'm so surprised you make jokes in the group chat, to be honest.
Also I was happy a few years ago when I found out you had friends on Facebook. I was like,
number 4, guys. Just for anyone who thought I was number 4.
Growing up,
I just want you guys
didn't have
to
any
hear this.
friends. And I was just so happy that he was social enough to have friends now. And I was really proud of him. And I'm even more happy that you're now like our brother. That's really nice, right? That you're our brother now.
I feel like you're more like us.
What's that supposed to be?
I feel like you're more like us now than you were when we were kids.
Yeah, you were stuck up.
Yeah, you was bad and bougie.
I was trying to have my business
stuck up and eating cheese in your room.
Yeah, but like I feel like
I'm eating cheese in your room.
I feel like at times in
Y'all
childhood,
been eating chicken bones.
Rob, I feel like
And
at
all
times
my
in childhood,
lollipops I was trying to sell. And all my chocolates I was trying to sell.
I was just trying to talk.
Oh, I did eat Robert Suckers. He was trying to sell. I remember that.
he's like, oh, that was me.
Every time I go to Walmart, I see this kind of sucker. I think about those days. I was like, Robert Suckers was so good.
Yeah, but like Rob, I felt like at times your childhood, like, you know, you like pushed yourself so hard to like escape the reality we were in that you just like forgot we existed.
No, my job, but I was trying to push myself to make sure that I made it out.
So but you forgot about us.
So I could set a path.
Crabs don't belong in the barrel.
I was trying to build the ladder to get everybody out of the barrel.
So what ladder do you think you built?
Did you get Dave out?
That
Where was
was.
your moral responsibility there? Where was your moral
I tried. He
responsibility
didn't
there?
listen.
You didn't
I'm not,
try.
that's not my job to listen. You're not my parent. Who
That's
do
my
you think
point.
you are?
This is the attitude I got my whole life.
To be, that's very fair though. You're not his parent.
Yeah, and you talk about you said you had to work hard to make some letter. Well, how did you help us? Because I didn't hear from you. I don't know
Okay,
when.
we
I mean,
not gonna crap on my brother though.
that's what y'all was doing to me. Yeah, that's what my computer was trash. I'm glad to have you here, Rob.
I know that I have to put my head down and
That
handle my
cannot,
business.
that cannot be the next thing you say after you're about to attack him.
No, the thing is, in order to be able to help others, you first must be able to help yourself.
I just don't know why you was all mad at me for reading your Harry Potter books. Like I wasn't trying to practice my literacy.
Or
That's all
using
I'm saying.
crayons.
I was
remember-
more worried. I was
he
more
did
worried about
no
you
time
not
using his
asking
crayons.
and you destroying the books.
You was never home. How was I gonna ask you?
Just ask. You know what? I got home at 8:30.
Robert, do you know how many years between me and you? I should have been asleep by then.
True. This is true. That ended up becoming very lax with the bedtimes at one point.
Yeah, rules changed when Rita got around for sure.
I know.
No
We
bedtime.
were.
Oh yeah, I had a wild time in high school. Let me tell you.
I don't
I'll
remember
tell
that
you
time
how.
before
I'll tell you
Sarita.
how. I'll tell you how I did that by not letting the school have Dad's phone number.
We didn't have a phone number for them to call Dad.
Oh, we had one at home, but they ain't have it. They just called my cell phone and got me in my voicemail.
Yeah, like
I forgot-
Sharita would be in trouble at school, and she just gets the call to her phone where she's suspended, and she just was like, "I'll just
They
act like I'm leaving for school and just go hang out."
they
I
would send
felt-
they would send a letter home, but you know, regular mail, that's a whole week. But that's how I'm not suspended. Dad would go, "You were suspended," and I goes, "What's up?"
I said, "Was I think I went to school?"
My phone got disconnected so much. And fortunately, they didn't have to call home for me much.
Yeah, I used to put Aunt Kathy as our contact. I was like, "How they gonna call Dad?"
Because we didn't have a phone, so we had to put down the next closest contact.
Like
I still remember that phone number.
like you guys, like, speaking of like phone calls home and stuff, like when me and Dave got arrested for DC outside of Oliver, we didn't tell Aunt Kathy or Uncle Dave
Oh, what
anything.
happened?
Oh, so you want to break down of this?
Yes, I do.
I
What
think I
happened?
told the story a few weeks ago. If Robert had paid attention,
I feel like we did, but like we were messing around with like friend BJ outside of school, and like the school security was like, "All right, hey, you guys can't be messing around here." We're like, "Oh, all right." So we stopped, and they were like, "Oh no, you guys gotta leave." We're like, "Oh, we're catching the bus here." Like, "Oh, you got to catch the bus somewhere else." And so like yeah, exactly. It was weird already. So we're walking away, and like the cop said something, and Dave said something along the lines of "Why don't you go eat a donut, you pig?" And then the guy got in the car and drove like 100 feet with his lights on. Then they like arrested, like they put us in handcuffs and stuff, and like they like
The
charged
crazy
us
thing,
with
I
this
was going to run, but my mind's like, I don't think Isaac's going to get away though.
Meanwhile, you said like I was slow, like we, but like we so we got arrested for disorderly conduct and whatnot, and apparently they called home. Then we didn't tell Aunt Kathy or Uncle David anything at all, so we actually didn't say anything to them until the paperwork for the court case came up, and they were like, "You know, they call us whenever this happened, right?" We're like, "Ah."
Yeah, I never said that.
And so then, whenever we actually went in for the court case, they were like, "Oh, you know, all you guys have to do is apologize." Like that's all they wanted was an apology. And I was like, "I'm not apologizing. I didn't do anything wrong."
fair.
Neither did I.
You caught him.
That's
You
not.
could've been-
That's not against the law. Someone calling you a name. If that's the case, I'm pressing charges on everyone. You hear me?
Who you
Did I
pointing at?
call him? What did I say? Eat a donut, fat bit, or whatever. That's not. How's that illegal? Is it frowned upon? Maybe illegal. Absolutely not.
Sticks and stones may hurt your bones, and words also hurt your feelings. Okay.
But you're too old to be a security, a police officer.
Yeah.
This goes back to
use
another.
proper terms. A school police officer.
A resource officer,
Getting
maybe.
your emotions about a kid calling you a pig and telling you eat a donut.
This goes back to another one of Chris Rock's bits about how not to get your butt kicked by the police.
Kick my butt.
Robert, you watch comedy stand-ups?
This one's been on the internet for a long time.
Robert, look at your camera. Why are you looking down?
Yeah, we want to see a shiny head.
Pick your head
No,
up.
he's leaning on the desk, guys.
Lift your
Remember,
desk
Oh
up.
yeah, it's shaking again.
My head was down in shame.
Now you look like you got a bathrobe on.
He ain't got no neck no more.
Oh, Franklin the Turtle.
My head
This is
was
my number
down
one.
in shame.
You know I love your
this is why you're number one.
What are you ashamed of? I obviously don't like authority. That's been obviously clear to my entire life. I don't care.
This is true. Then
what
why
I
did you
don't
become
think-
the authority?
That's
To
why.
be-
It's
to
better
be
to have the
better
power to
than the
make sure
other
that it's being
authority.
used properly.
I'm tired of people abusing their power in the system. That's why I'm
Well,
here
I
for.
don't think David did the best thing. I do not think it should have gone as far. And then especially to use public dollars, public funds to be like, we want an apology. You wasted public money for this?
Yeah,
For an apology?
There are plenty of things that our tax dollars are wasted on every day.
Okay, right, but don't act like this isn't also a problem though, okay? That you wasted it on an apology from a student.
Honestly, 90% of tax dollars are wasted. So
But do you agree that that was also another waste that didn't have to happen?
Have
that's
I
it.
ever told you guys like back when like Uncle David had made me get a job, and then he complained that I was working too many hours.
Well, you told me.
Just because it cut into his check.
Don't tell me to get a job. I mean, and coming to his check, all they gave us money for was a $35 Sprint bill and like $15 to get personal items.
Oh, you got. I didn't even know we got money until you guys mentioned it many years later. So.
Yeah, no, they were getting out with it.
So
That's why.
I'm not sure what there's. I mean, they should obviously should be using it on the kids and like their expenses, things of that sort. You know.
Yeah, but they were saying they were getting to like,
All
oh,
that
they were like,
stuff in the house
oh, well, you know, you guys eat so much food here. We were like, we're never
remember-
here.
I don't
We're
remember
never here.
much.
Well, Sharita, did Vonda not give you money? No.
Well,
Well, I should have known better. I should have known the answer to that question.
say, Rob,
I forgot exactly who I was talking about.
Rob, do you mean the same Vonda that
Yeah,
moved
yeah.
when I was at work and just like you guys should know I only got all my clothes and stuff back because Sharita had spoken to Bree because Bree called her and Sharita had Bree's new number.
Oh wait! You talking about the same one that used my bank account to pay a car note when I didn't have a license? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about the same one who took her child Social Security money and ended up in jail.
If I had a book, I would look at it and I'd be able to tell we're on the same page.
I think we're all on the same in agreement.
The point is, Rob, you knew the question or the answer to that question.
Exactly. That's exactly. I do.
Yeah. Well,
I
once
know.
again, I did not know she was even getting money from me. Okay, or I never got the money that Dad sent. I knew he was sending money. I never got it. But guess what I needed for? I was just in that household anyways.
For the means of a better lifestyle.
Well, that's part of the reason why she ended up in jail. Embezzling in fraud is illegal.
Yeah, that's not frowned upon. That's definitely illegal. You know what else is illegal? If you don't leave a like, comment, or subscribe.
comment.
Boy, you couldn't get through that, huh?
He
That
was
would
trying.
have been a
That
great
take a time.
segue, but you couldn't get through it.
I mean, we are an
Hold
hour.
on. Yeah, but just real quick question here. Dave, spell segue.
S E G W A Y.
Rob put the correct spelling in the box for our fans here.
I am checking.
You
I-
have to check.
Well, hold on.
A
I
bunch of
gotta-
idiots here.
Well, that,
Everybody, that's
well,
wrong. Oh, wrong way. This is wrong. This is Sharita. You know how to spell it? All right. This is my favorite Sharita, right?
why are you pointing?
Number one.
Oh,
That's Dave who's spelling the segues you ride on.
That's the only one I knew.
that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Make sure that segue for a segment was not the
So
same. as a
technically,
segue.
I was right.
I think you're wrong.
No, I spelled Segway.
That,
He spelled the company.
Yeah. You didn't
All right,
say
here we go.
you didn't say spell the one that you were referencing. You just said spell
Found it.
I
Segway.
used it in context before I actually to spell it.
I don't know what your
I
issue
found
here
it.
is. This isn't a
Maybe I
spell
tried
it,
to
B.
spell it in the
Stop
right
trying to
spot.
crucify me.
HR education with a master's degree. You would have never guessed that, right, Dave? He said, what? He said, oh.
So yeah, the goop.
That's the goop. Oh.
Now, my point is, at what point did you know I was wrong?
I had a feeling you were wrong from the beginning, but I wasn't sure which was the right one. That's why I had to look.
As soon as you got the W, I was like, he's out of here.
I didn't think there was a W.
There is.
Comment, like, subscribe. We're out. We took up an hour of your time.
Give us
Good
some
night.
topics that you guys would like to hear from too.
Yeah, get on the segue.
If any
That's
sponsor
not
wants to
how-
sponsor us, go ahead, hit us up. We have a joint
that's-
email
that-
at
That's not how it's used. It was still not getting paid.
not yet.
Right.
Guys, help us get paid.